Hi, beautiful creators. Welcome to Source Inspired Speaking. I'm Nathan, and today Source is going to talk about a message I had gotten a few years back describing God and what God's infinity means and how the human level of consciousness plays into that. I think it's really important for us to hear to get a better understanding of how this all works so that we can improve our lives but help others as well. So please sit back, remove yourself from any distractions, hear this message, and I'll get back to you after. Hello. Thank you for joining us here today. Today we wish to speak to you about consciousness, the human level of consciousness, what that all means, and help you to better understand the whole concept of God and how God fits in with human consciousness. Now, years ago we gave Nathan the analogy that God is the darkness. When we say darkness, don't associate evil, negativity with dark. That's not truth. The darkness is fine. The darkness is just unknown. When you look into the darkness, anything could be there. Thus, like God, infinite possibilities. And if God is the darkness, then you are like the awareness of God, shining your light into the darkness and finding pieces of infinity to focus upon. So you are like the light of God shining in God's darkness, pulling from it into your vibrational reality, one of many infinite possibilities. Think about at night when you look up into the sky on a clear night and you can see forever. The darkness, the sky, the universe that you look upon goes on for infinity. You can see no end to it. And yet you see the stars in the sky, different points of light, bringing to you an awareness that there is something out there. And as your science focuses upon the light and energy that comes from these stars, you learn so much more about the universe. Well, that is God. We focus on the different points of light that exist around us, which is just very little of the infinite possibilities that exist within God. And so often we think that this is reality. It is truth, but it is part of the truth, and it is truth seen through the lens of the human level of consciousness, which again is an abstracted form of what is really there. That's okay. It's not a criticism. We just want to remind you that your perspective on all this is so small. Now, we wanted to talk about consciousness and what we call the human level of consciousness, but consciousness doesn't exist in set levels. It's just a metaphor to use so you can understand a little bit better how it works. You see, everything everything exists within consciousness. Your planet, the animals, the plants, the rocks, everything. Consciousness is the awareness of God. It is what is needed to experience life as you experience it. And so humans see things from basically a human level. We'll call it a bubble of consciousness. and what you have experienced within consciousness, what you have pulled forth from infinity and made your reality, exists right at the very core of this bubble. And this is where most people pull their thoughts from. This is where most people reside. Somewhere towards the center of this bubble. It's safe. It's a very human way of looking at things. A very singular mindset. I am a human looking out at this separate world around me. And it's based upon experiences and what you believe you have learned from your science. It's not truth in the whole picture, at least. It's just a small piece of the truth that has been focused upon so strongly that that is where most of humankind resides. But there are some of you, and most likely some of you listening to this message, that move out towards the ends of the bubble, the edge of that human level of consciousness, looking to experience something that's not just from a human point of view. Understanding that if God is infinite, consciousness is also infinite, that you don't have to be stuck looking at things from that same perspective, pulling thoughts from that same birthplace of consciousness. You can expand. And so some of you at the edge connect to something more than human, whether it's God, infinity, angels, non-human creators just like yourselves, but from either your own planet or different planets, different dimensions of reality. It doesn't matter what you call it, how you describe it, but you're connecting to something that sees things from a non-human point of view. And what's amazing about this is it's you people that are on the edge of this bubble that really expand for others what it means to be human. You see, as you stand on the edge of the bubble, looking outward, you expand that bubble. You move into unknown territory, so the bubble grows. And then what's amazing is that safe place in the center where most people stay, well, that grows too, because they can still be here. As the bubble grows, they can be here, which might have been the edge of the bubble before, but now the edge is out here, so this feels safe. So by you exploring, connecting with something a little more expanded in its view, its scope of consciousness, you actually help others to expand as well. This is what people talk about when they talk about raising humanity to the next level of consciousness. Some call it another dimension. It doesn't really matter how you describe it, but it is transitioning. And it's not that this is predetermined, that this has to happen now, as some people say. Now is the time, because humanity is ready, because you are pushing the boundaries. So thank you for doing this. You are helping so many others by your curiosity. But also understand, as you connect and move further out, you're still not necessarily seeing absolute truth. You're seeing just from expanded level of consciousness, because consciousness of everything is truth. You're not going to see consciousness of everything at once. That's okay. I want you to understand that you are never going to know it all. You're never going to have the full picture. but you can keep getting an expanded version of it. So even what we tell you today, to be received by you, to be received by Nathan, it's still coming through a human translation, using human thoughts and words to try to describe what we are speaking of. It's an expanded view of reality, but it's not the whole of it. And that's okay. You don't have to understand everything at once, but it is great if you can expand the way you think a little more, because you move everyone along with you. And the great thing about this is you don't have to make everyone in the center join you on the edge, but you do have to keep pushing the edge out, and then they will join you where you used to be. We hope this all makes sense to you. We hope that you understand how important it is. If you truly wish to see growth on Earth with humanity, and it's okay if you don't, but if that's truly what you desire, it's your expansion that you need to focus upon, and share it with others on the edge of the bubble. Help each other expand further, more quickly, and you are helping everybody. So thank you for listening to this message, for expanding your awareness of how this works, for understanding that you are bringing into your reality an awareness of God's infinity, that you are the lights focusing in the darkness, pulling it into your world, and what you pull into your world expands reality for everybody else on your planet. We thank you all for being here, and we love you always. So I hope you understand that message. It's something they've been telling me for a little while now, and it really makes sense to me that as we push forward, as we start pulling information from a less human perspective, a less traditional way of looking at things, maybe is a better way of saying it. As we do that, we expand who we are, but that brings everyone else along with us. By expanding who we are and just sharing that knowledge with people who are ready to hear it, which is why I'm doing this channel, why I like to bring forth these messages, because it helps me, and I feel like there's others out there that probably would be helped by it as well. So with all that, thank you all for being here. If you liked what you heard, please subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of all my upcoming messages. Please love that like button for me. It really helps me out. And with that, go forth, beautiful creators. Expand your way of thinking, and you bring everyone along with you. Thanks. Love you all. Bye.